Good morning, children. Today we are going to see our first chapter, this living world. Okay. So you must heard about the word environment. Yes. So what is the meaning of word environment? Things around us. Okay. So what are the things which we are seeing in our surrounding is called as environment. Okay. It is our duty to protect our environment. Okay, how we can enjoy environment? By seeing everything whatever it is present in the environment. Okay, so we can see hills, forest, river, falls, streams, honeybee, insects, birds, eagles, snakes, soil, light, birds, and so many other things around us, yes, which make us wonder. So these things which is surrounding us is called as environment. So this is our environment. So our environment is called as home for diversity. So we know that we are all living in environment, is it? So it is called as, our environment is called as home for diversity. Okay, and the World Environment Day, every year we are celebrating on 5th June. Okay, so when we are celebrating World Environment Day, 5th June. Okay, so every year we are celebrating World Environment on 5th June. Okay, so it is our duty to protect our environment. Okay, because environment is a home for all the living organisms which are living in the world. So living organism, we can what is meant by living organism? The organism which have life, isn't it? So organism which is present in the earth, or the things which is present in the earth, can be classified into two types. What are they? Living beings and non-living beings. Okay, so what is meant by living beings? The organism which have life. Okay, and non-living things means what? The organism which is not having life, which do not have life. Okay, so in the picture you can see example for living things. You know, human being is an example for living things, animals example for living things, then plants example for living things, yes, birds also example for living things, isn't it? So non-living things, you know, chair, desk, dolls, jug, fan, yes, these all what? Non-living things. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to see about the characteristics of living things. So what are the characters of living things? Okay, so first character of living things is, living things are made up of cells. Okay, so living things are made up of what? Cells. Okay, so there are plant and animal cell. In the picture you can see plant cell and animal cell. Yes, so about the structure of plant cell, animal cell, you will study in your higher class. Okay, so now we can see only the characters of living things. First, living organisms are made up of what? Cell. Okay, so you must have observed how a house is being constructed. As how we will construct our house with several things, as such as bricks, cement, water, steel, wood. So these are arranged in an order and house will get ready. Yes, similarly the body of our living organism, so the body of even human body, even animals or even plants, all the living organisms body is made up of cells. Okay, so cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organism. So without cell there is no organism. Okay, cell forms what? Organism. So how cell forms organism, you know? So cell first form a group of cells, that is called tissue. Okay, so from the tissue it will form, that group of tissues form organs, and the group of organs form organ system, and organ system together form organism. Okay, so cell is the but basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Okay, so all living organisms are made up of cells. Okay, so we can learn about cell in our higher class briefly. Okay, now we are moving to next characters of living organism, that is living organism can respire. You know, we are all breathing, isn't it? So during respiration, what we will take, which air we will take, we will use oxygen, isn't it? So and we will use out what, carbon dioxide. Okay, so we are taking oxygen, so we are breathing oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide during respiration. So all living organisms are or they can respire. Okay, they can respire. So there are special organs also for respiration. Yes, so in basic I gave animals, so human body we are respiring using, or how we are respiring, by lungs. Yes, with the help of lungs. So all the animals, they will respire with the help of lungs. Okay, with the help of organ called lungs. Okay, so all animals will respire with the help of organ called lungs. Okay, so how plants will respire? So plants, they are not having organs like us. Yes, like organs like lungs. Yes, so how plants will respire? Plants, in the leaf of the plant, there is a small opening. Okay, there is a small opening which is called as stomata. Okay, so plant have small opening, it is called what, stomata, which is present on the lower surface of the leaf. So here you can see the picture of stomata. Okay, so when we are observing leaf under microscope, we can see like this stomata, that is small openings which is present in the leaf surface. Okay, so plant will respire with the help of stomata. Okay, so which gas plants will respire? Plants will respire what? Carbon dioxide. Yes, so stomata absorb carbon dioxide, and which gas plants will give out? Plants will give out oxygen. Yes, so that oxygen will be used by the animals for their respiration, isn't it? So plants will respire by the organ called stomata. Okay, which is present on the lower surface of leaf. So what we will do, with the help of oxygen which we are using, that by using that oxygen we can take the energy from the food. Okay, so with the help of oxygen, the energy in the food is made available to the living body. Okay, so if we are not respire, or if we are not breathing, we can't take the energy which is present in the food. Okay, so with the help of oxygen only we are taking the energy which is present in the food. Understood, children? So all the living organism respire. This is one of the characteristics of living organisms. So first we have seen all living things are made up of cells. Yes, so next character is what? Living organisms can respire. Yes, third character is living organism can eat food. Yes, so we are all eating food. Yes, why we are eating food? Why we are eating food? We need energy. Yes, so why we need energy? To do our work we need energy. So to do our work we need energy, so which we will get from the food which we are eating, isn't it? So all the living organisms eat food. Okay, so first we can see about food of plants, what the plant will eat. Okay, so green plants, you know, plants prepare their own food. Yes, so green plants prepare their own food, so plants are called as autotrophs. Okay, so green plants, they can prepare their own food, so they are called as what? Autotrophs. Okay, now we are going to see preparation of food in plants. Okay, how the plant will prepare food. Plant will prepare food by the process called photosynthesis. Okay, so plants, how they will prepare food? By the process called photosynthesis. So now we are going to see what is meant by photosynthesis. Okay, so here you can see the picture which is showing the entire process of photosynthesis. Okay, so how the photosynthesis will be take place in the plant, or how the plant will prepare the food. Okay, so plant will prepare food by using the process called photosynthesis, isn't it? So now how they will prepare food we will see. Okay, so plant will use solar energy. Solar energy means the light energy which they will get from the sun. Okay, so plant will use the solar energy and carbon dioxide which is present in air, and water and minerals and salt from the soil. Okay, so water, mineral and salt from the soil which they will take through roots and prepare food with the help of chlorophyll present in the leaf. As you can see in leaf there is a green pigment. Yes, we can see the color of the leaf is green. Yes, so why the color of the leaf is green? Due to the presence of pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, due to the presence of pigment called what? Chlorophyll. So these chlorophyll help the plant to prepare food. Okay, so once again I will say plant will use solar energy. So solar energy means light energy which they will get from the sun, and they will take carbon dioxide from the air, then water, minerals and salt from the soil through root, and prepare food with the help of chlorophyll present in the leaf. Okay, so this process is called what? Photosynthesis. Understood, children? How the plants are preparing food? By the process called what? Photosynthesis. Now we can see how the animals are preparing food. Okay, so animals do not prepare their own food. Okay, animals they cannot prepare their own food. They depend plants and other animals. So animals do not prepare their own food. Okay, so they will depend plants and other animals. Okay, sorry children, one more point I forgot to tell. So plants like Drosera, Nipandus, Sundew, so these plants they can prepare their own food, but how they will prepare? No, they will depend on insects. Okay, they will depend on insects for nitrogen. So green plants they can prepare their own food. Yes, so some plants like Drosera, Nipandus, Sundew prepare their own food by depending insects. Okay, they will eat insects for getting nitrogen. Okay, so they are called as insectivorous plants. Okay, so some plants they will depend on insects for their food. They are called as what? Insectivorous plants. Okay, you will know about them in higher class briefly. Okay, so here you can see the picture of insectivorous plant, Drosera, Nipandus and Sundew. Okay, these plants can prepare their food, but they will depend insects for nitrogen. They will eat insects. Okay, so they are called as what? Insectivorous plants. Now we can move how the animals will get food. Okay, how the animal will get food of animals. Okay, so animals they do not prepare their own food. Plants they can prepare their own food. So they are called as what? Autotrophs. Yes, so animals they do not prepare their own food. They are depending plants and other animals for food, so they are called as heterotrophs. Okay, so animals they are called as what? Heterotrophs, because they do not prepare their own food. Plants they can prepare their food, so they are called as what? Autotrophs. Animals do not prepare their own food, so they are called as what? Heterotrophs. Understood, children? Now all animals do not eat same type of food. Okay, they will eat different type of food. Okay, based on the food they eat, we can classify the animals as three types. Okay, so what are they? First one is herbivorous. Okay, first one is what? Herbivorous. Herbivorous means the plants, animals eat only plants and plant products. Okay, some animals, they will eat only plants and plant product. They are called as what? Herbivorous. Okay, so carnivorous, some animals, they can eat one other animals. Okay, they will eat other animals. Okay, they are called as carnivorous. Okay, these carnivorous will eat only the flesh of other animals. Okay, so herbivorous means they will eat only plants and plant products. Herbivorous, in word itself, herbs. So herb means small plant. Yes? So these animals will eat only plants and plant product. But carnivorous, they will eat the flesh of other animals. Next type of animal is, that is omnivorous. So omnivorous means what? They will eat both plants and animals. Okay, omnivorous, they will eat both plants and animal as their food. Okay, so plants are eating different types of food, and based on the type of food they eat, we are classifying animals into three types. Yes, so what are they? Herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. Herbivorous means they will eat only plants and plant product. Carnivorous means they will eat the flesh of other animals. Omnivorous means they will eat both plants and animals. So here in this picture we can see example for herbivorous. So what are the herbivorous means, you know, the plants, animals, they will eat what? Plants and plant product. Yes. So example for herbivorous are sheep, zebra, giraffe and cow. Okay, sheep, zebra, giraffe and cow, they will eat only plants and plant products. So they are called as what? Herbivorous. Okay, now we are moving to carnivorous. Here you can see the picture of what examples for carnivorous. Okay, so carnivorous, we know that they will eat the flesh of other animals. So example for carnivorous are fox, wolf, lion, shark. Okay, so example for carnivorous are what? Fox, wolf, lion, shark. Okay, so these carnivorous, they will eat the flesh of other animals. Okay, now we are moving to omnivorous. Example for omnivorous. So omnivorous means, you know, they can eat both plants and animals. They will eat both plants and animals. So example for omnivorous, first one is human being. So we are eating as vegetables and meat as egg products. So we are eating both plant and animals. Okay, so we are called as what? Omnivorous. Bear, pigs, hens. These animals also, they will eat both plants and animals. So they are considered as what? Omnivorous. Okay, understood, children? So based on the type of food, we can classify the animals into three types: herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. And we have seen examples also. Herbivorous example, sheep, zebra, giraffe, cow. Then carnivorous example, fox, wolf, lion, shark. And omnivorous example, human being, bear, pigs and hens. Understood, children? So today we have seen three characteristics of animals, living organism. What are they? Living organisms are made up of cells. Living organism can respire. Living organisms can eat food. Okay, understood, children? I hope that you all understood about these three characters of living organism. Next class we can see other characters of living organism. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you, children.